Hello, welcome back to the Pride Pod here on a Tuesday night with Loud and Proud Orlando, your host John Rollins and Luis Carlos Pineda to talk about firstly Orlando Pride and Racing Louisville, the draw last week, and then we're going to get deep into some USA and talk a little bit about Brazil because both of them are going through to the final on Saturday, having beat their teams in their respective games today for the semifinal. So a packed show we got for you tonight, all about women's soccer. Luis, how are you? Did you get a chance to check out some of these games today?
Yeah, the U.S. Women's national team was really hard fought. Germany, I expected that resilience from Spain, believe it or not. And the Germans truly played better than the men, believe it or not. And currently, even though Bundesliga is a top league, but I mean, these women were not giving up. And a great goal by Sophia Smith, extra time, being clutch, and you got the win, and you go to fight for that gold medal. But to me, the most meaningful, it's like a bazooka statement in the soccer world. The amount of H bomb, you know, Hiroshima 2.0. It's what Brazil did today in the soccer world. What the win against the top reigning champs, eliminating Spain, a team that didn't really look so powerful in the previous games. They completely caught them. I don't know if they were I don't know if they had the cold I had a few days ago. I don't know if they woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I don't know if they didn't need their vitamins to say their prayers. I don't know what Spain did, but they were annihilated. And I was so proud to see Pride players, they were mentioned in Orlando Pride several times. But, I'm so happy for Adriana, just for that goal that she did, and how
Yeah.
influential she was in this game. And a lot of people are not are kind of not realizing this, but I mean, she plays in our squad. She plays in our club, and she made today huge strides to take her national team, and also putting s- I don't know, a cliffhanger ending for the Marta saga, and now she's gonna be able to finish her story.
Well, Luis,
It's amazing.
let's save all that, buddy, because I want to get deep into Brazil. But remember, we are Orlando Pride first, and I want to lead off with Racing Louisville, because we started off with that. Obviously, it seems that we are now obviously out of the Leagues Cup, the Summer Cup. This game played on a Friday night. Luis, you weren't able to go out for this one, but you did watch, of course, and everything that happened. We saw more rotation in this game. I think it was great to see, Anna back out there. Your initial thoughts, Luis, on the lineup for the Racing Louisville game?
Well, I mean, it was a rotated lineup, and it was good to see some players getting minutes. And I knew for a fact the Racing Louisville team wasn't going to go down without a fight. And I just love the fact that this Summer Cup has taught us that we have a stacked squad, and that we are able to truly stand toe to toe against the best, and overcome all obstacles, and as a team, so everybody thinks the same way, everybody fights the same way, for the ball, and everybody plays the same way. So those are some of the things I take. Um, some of the finishing maybe could have been a little better, but that's just kind of, to me, I mean, it just kind of was a good game. And also Racing Louisville was looking for it too. And I don't know, Taylor Flynn also kept doing her thing, trying to annoy our mids, and At the end you saw, her talking to, Julie Doyle and to, Kaylee McCutcheon, kind of like laughing, how hard fought they played. But I mean, you're talking about having a young core of players. That's the most impressive thing with Carrie Bello, with Julie Doyle, Ali Limos, Summer Yates. Yeah, it's pretty impressive what the Pride have built, and they have I take that for, you know Seb said it, with the Summer Cup. It is a way for them to get minutes to some of the players that we have not seen, like Karina Dyke and Alex Kerr and Celia and Evelina. You know what I mean? So it was great. It was great seeing that for sure.
More rotation, like we expected. Alex Kerr getting the start again. A bit more of that, like second team. Would you say, loose than the third team, as it were? So, definitely the more experienced players this season that are here were on this roster for this game, starting out with like Summer Yates, Haley McCutcheon, Kylie Strom, Anna back in there, Carrie Abello, Julie Doyle getting the start. Definitely a strong showing from us, but Louisville, of course, they aren't really depleted much at all. They had a pretty good game, but I wasn't super impressed with the ref in this one. Once again, Luis, there was
Yeah.
some bad refing, I think, and the game wasn't. I'm not going to say it was the most exciting game. Perhaps the most exciting part was the penalty shootout of this whole match, and the attendance again wasn't the best, but we did see some good performances. Who for you, Luis, sort of like stood out in this game?
Well, I would say, to me, you got, obviously Evelina Dolgen. To me, has been one of the awesome findings in this Summer Cup for sure. It's to me the player that has had the most gain from the Summer Cup. It's been her, aside of Alex Kerr, that we saw her, and also Ali Limos kind of being a really influential player in the mid. I'll say Evelina Dolgen was, she's shown why she's in her national team. You know why she's in a national team. She's a poised player. Is a player that is poised to great things. There's another reason why Juventus didn't sign her. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just her quality within the 90 minutes. She's to me a natural fullback. Also contributing a lot in defending and attacking, especially in the mid. So she has a lot of the versatility of maybe a Carrie Bello. Which is great to have on the other side of of Carrie. You know what I mean? Carrie plays on the left. She now we have another Carrie, but she's going to be playing on the right. And that shows that the versatility of this team and how scary we are. In a way. So her performance against Monterrey to me was great. And then she had out to me the best performance, one of the best in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're seeing what Evelina is all about, and we suspected she was going to be a good player, but we just haven't been able to see much of her until now. And I think also, like you said, her versatility, Luis, I agree entirely. The way she was playing like center mid at times in this game, she can do that. She can play like Angelina. She could do the wing, center mid, but she can also do like right back. So she's definitely got, I think, a place in this team going forward off the bench. Or if we get injuries, I'll be happy to get Evelina in there and get her some more minutes. Ali Limos, I think, in this one would be the other person that I would pick out. Definitely showing, like in the Summer Cup time, that she's played a lot of minutes. Someone on the set pieces took a great penalty, puts great corners in. There was a couple corners she put in that were dangerous. Even a free kick. I think she had a free kick into the box on this one, like a deep free kick. So definitely Ali. I'm excited about what she was showing here. Anyone else, Luis? Like Alex Kerr, we talked about a lot on the last pod.
Yeah, I mean, Alex
Let's look at
Kerr,
the
Mac,
subs.
obviously great performances.
One
That maybe,
person that we haven't talked about who came on for their debut, Claire Winter.
yeah, Claire Winter, she played really great too. McKinley Crone, Mac Crone, she did great. I mean, so Even we saw Sophia Manor. So another player that to me it's a little bit underrated right now that I feel like she's gonna definitely play dividends in the future. It's to me Corey Dyke. I feel she's very versatile. Um, how do I say this? She played center back. She also played at the left wing, right? I played also in the mid as a six. So she's again one of those players that you could play in several positions and is a very tactical player. So those are players that coaches like Seb are excellent because they're given a task, even if they play 15 minutes. If they're there to if they're there to make the game dirty, she's gonna make the game dirty. If she's there to, contribute in holding on, the attack of the opposing team, she's gonna do that. If they're telling
Yeah,
her, hey, you have to do a man mark, a one-on-one mark to a certain player from the opposing team, she'll do it. So she's very. It's like when you go camping and you have your favorite knife, you know what I mean, and and you use it for everything, for unscrewing things and building things. It's like that. She's very useful in several positions. So I feel like she's gonna have a huge future with the Pride, and I think that's the reason why they believe in her.
for sure. We're gonna go through the highlights. It's only about 7 minutes here, so just to kind of see, there wasn't a massive amount in the 90 of this game that went down. I don't remember it being an action-packed game, right, Luis? It was fairly tight.
Yeah,
Getting some chances here and there. Obviously, we'll see the goals, theirs and ours, and then we'll see the penalty shootout, which I think was perhaps the more exciting part of this game. The penalty shootout, which, as we talked about before, didn't really mean anything in terms of what was happening. Get that right first time there.
yeah. I mean, I think the backline for Racing Louisville was pretty compact, and that's why it was so back and forth, and it made the game very choppy.
Her and Julie at times up front together. It seemed,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, it was like a 4-4-2 almost.
Come back to make this a difficult place for opponents to
Oh,
play.
look at
Look
that.
at
Oh,
Julie go.
oh, that was a great
Oh, it's
save.
Kerr. I'm getting them confused because
Kurt, right? Yeah, I
they
get him
look so
confused too.
similar from far away. They're both tall,
Can you
blonde hair
can
with
you
the ponytail.
maximize the image or no?
Yeah, yeah. Is that better? There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. There
Sorry.
you go.
So yeah, let's look at that again. Alex Kerr, she likes that left-hand side, but she was looking like Julie. She's cutting in, doing what Julie likes to do, a little bit of, chopping dance thing for Evelyn, do we think? I mean, I think
Yeah,
that's the big thing here, just building that confidence, right? I mean, we always expect players to come in and be like ready to hit the ground running, but sometimes you forget the human element of how long it takes to adjust to living in another country and just the culture and everything. And so, it's not the same with Sophia Manor. Sometimes it just takes players
exactly.
a while to adjust, and then they're ready to get out there and show what they. And then a few bad tackles again.
Yeah, Flynn
Nailed
Flynn trying to tackle our players unnecessarily, playing rough
the
for no reason.
tree, as she is nicknamed
She
now.
used to be my former favorite player of a Pride.
Yeah,
And she was Korniak.
I'm not so happy when Taylor comes back into
Yeah,
town. I
she.
gotta say,
It's like,
not
why
as
you?
much as I was happy to see Christina for like the other
Yeah,
day.
I don't know why are you so angry.
And
They put
that's
you as a
quite a
starter
statement to
here.
make
You know
going
what I
into
mean?
halftime.
There's one tackle in the second half that was really rough.
Yeah, yeah,
I can't
yeah.
remember
I
who it
know.
was on, but it was bad.
And it wasn't even a yellow card. I think.
Doljan with the opener, and it
No, it wouldn't be. Come on, the ref calling it right. Come on, Luis.
is
Now, technically, her name is Celia,
I know I keep calling her
but
Celia,
but
but
everyone says Celia.
Celia, because it's Spanish
Right,
pronunciation.
right,
Yeah,
right.
Celia.
hot.
And
Yeah,
really, like, yeah, it was well positioned, but it was a long ball up, and we're still getting back.
yeah. 'Cause
You
our
know,
center backs weren't
is this
running as
Corey
fast.
at right back who should really be covering that player? I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know, but it we were a bit out of position there. I'll probably
Yeah.
say that. Yeah.
And there
But
was nothing that Anna could do at that point.
they were gonna get some chances, like we said, it was a bit more of an even game.
Yeah. Yeah, that one I was like, oh man, dude.
Allie's got to hit that first time, just have the confidence, get on, because the touch just she lost all the space and opportunity.
Cool thing that we're checking those mistakes or those little idiot mistakes in the Summer Cup and not in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, I think Allie, we've seen earlier in the season that was, she wasn't really taking her chances, and then I think she's just that kind of player. Sometimes she's hot or she's not. And there, I think she sometimes she like hesitates or takes one too many touches when I want her just to hit it sooner. And that's a perfect example there. Just hit it on the volley.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we were already out right before this game even happened.
They don't like us very much in Louisville.
Yeah, this is the table. Before we go to the this was the table that we ended on. Of course, there was a penalty shootout and they won it. So they got that 2 points for that. And we got the 1 point.
Yeah.
So that's how we obviously beat Monterrey, but we lost in penalty shootout too. So that's how we ended up there. So this was, the penalty shootout didn't really mean anything. North Carolina, they're still playing the Summer Cup, so they haven't decided the best 4 out of 5 yet. So we'll have to see where they land on that. But maybe North Carolina have a chance to go through. I need to look at all the other groups and see how many points, because it just depends on, the top 4 out of the 5 groups that actually go through to the semifinal for the Summer Cup. But for us, we were out before this game started. And Louisville, they had to win really to have a chance to get up enough points to be at the top of the table. And so they were also not going to go through. And this was the pointless penalty shootout. But let's read some comments before we do that, Luis.
Rachel says NC went through and they're playing right now. There you go. Yep. All of Sad Words says the semis are playing tonight.
Oh, the semis are tonight. Okay, cool. I saw they're playing games. I thought they were playing more.
Utah should have gone through. I hate the 5 group 4 winner setup because they had some great W's.
Yeah.
I agree. Seb got the yellow for asking questions about it.
Seb got a yellow for having a very calm, quiet conversation with the ref. I think what was happening actually was the 4th official and Seb did not get along. And the 4th official was like wanting the ref to give him a yellow. And then Seb said something, and that was enough for him to get the yellow. But Seb does never use, what I mean? Like, he's very calm. So I think it said a lot about the ref that he got that.
Yeah. He's never
not very usually like that. So, but he wasn't being irate or anything. They got the yellow when he was just talking to them.
2 Orlando captains, says Rachel.
Yeah.
It says that center has wanted to give him a card since he's been there. He's usually a 4th.
Yeah. So that's probably why he was like siding with the 4th, like I said. Alrighty.
We have a comment from Instagram. It says VJ Sanchez 74 says, I smell the pride going to the finals.
Ooh, yeah.
The NWS. I think so. You imagine Marta, gold medalist. We have our squad back from the Olympics.
We're gonna have someone in the squad who's a gold medalist. That's for sure.
We have a squad back from the Olympics.
Yeah. I mean, it's
an
exciting time to be a pride fan,
and the pride win the NWSL. First major trophy in Orlando's history as a city. And the women are there repping, That's amazing. It puts a lot of pressure on the Lions too, a little pep in your step. Interesting.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I think it's exciting, man. Where Orlando Pride is being talked about across,
The world.
across, like how many
It's
times is it
amazing.
mentioned in the Olympics? So,
There was a
uh,
lady with the Orlando Pride jersey today at the Brazil game.
yep, I saw that on Twitter. Rachel says, "Please, Luis, I just calm down." Well, we're gonna get you excited
No,
again
we're gonna get
as we
you.
talk about USA and Brazil in a minute. But before that, let's get a little. There was some other people that are getting excited, Luis, if you remember, during during the goalkeeping.
Yeah.
During the PKs, there was a goalkeeper who's getting very excited. So maybe we'll see in the highlights, Bloomer. But after, we'll talk a little bit about.
She's talking some trash.
We'll talk a little bit about her reaction.
Finishes 1-1. Louisville will shoot first. And Jalen Howell, who missed against North Carolina, starts the proceeding.
There was kind of like it wasn't a running of the wall. It was more like a running to the wall for this game, because a lot of people, because it was GA, when they realized that the PKs are going over there, all went. So the wall went from not being that full at all to having like a fair amount of people compared to the rest of the stadium. So it was nice that during the penalties, it felt a bit more atmospheric around. And I was one of those people that went over there to go
Oh, you went
check
to
it
the
over.
wall.
Yeah, I went over there. So
you're the guy who told that keeper to
what? No, I
You-
would never. I would
No?
never say. What are you talking about?
and she's like she
What?
yelled at you in your face.
She no,
No?
no. I was very calm, Luis. I would never get upset
I'm
in this
just joking.
sense. John got peer pressured. I did, yeah. I was like, should I go? I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll go to the wall. Old sad word says, yeah, I yelled a lot of shit at their keeper. I also did. I was lying, Luis. I did also yell stuff at Bloomer. All right, but let's see why we were. Lisa. Okay, the capo,
Lisa.
from Black Swans. I could see. Yeah. There's a lot of people there, I think, giving Bloomer a little bit of this and that. So, old sad words said that it was Lisa, and Rachel says, "Okay, Bloomer." I like that. What is this? This is a joke. I don't understand, Luis. Do you understand this?
It's
Rachel,
in
what do you mean?
Swedish.
Did you fall on your keyboard? What happened?
I think it's in Swedish. It says "Okay, Bloomer."
Is it a joke because you're old and
I
you
think
like
she
messed
just
up typing? I don't get it. Rachel also says we're all just being annoying as possible. Yes, indeed. It's a key mash. Yeah, that's what I thought. Key mash. Okay. I'm not completely out of the loop.
Army night.
Now.
She's from Switzerland? Millier? No.
Did we see Bloomer's reaction after that last one?
Do it all.
Let's see.
Flint.
Wait, did they cut out the saves? Oh my gosh.
They cut out the saves?
Why do they suck so much at highlights at end of us out? Look, oh, there we go. Okay, we got it.
There you go.
We've got the second one. Here you go. Bloomer's reaction on the second one. She's got the arms out already. Look at this. She was
just like
giving it all the like ooh. Now, I do want to say
she pulls a Hulk Hogan.
she's giving it the attitude. Now, I don't want to be accused of being like the Kansas City fans here, like the current fans. Like we're not gonna whine. We're not whining about this for a week. I was not crying. There was none of that. She was just, to be fair, she was getting a bit of abuse, obviously. And then when she's made 2 saves, she was giving it back. It was all just in good fun and good banter. But for the Kansas City Current fans, maybe they should take notes on how to react when a player celebrates in your stadium.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel says there were no personal attacks.
There you go.
All Sidewear says, yeah, me yelling, great job. We're all eliminated.
We're eliminated, man.
I love it. We'll just yell like fools to be a nuisance. Yeah, exactly. It's all in good fun. And I think also
And I'm
Bloomer
sure
was
Bloomer knows that.
Bloomer was giving it back like, yeah, what? We're like, so respect. I think it was like Matt Crome vibes. I imagine if
Yeah,
Matt Crome made two
respect from
saves,
Bloomer.
this
Yeah.
is what Mac would do to the
Respect.
opposing fans. So respect to Bloomer.
Yeah, I respect from
I
Bloomer.
appreciated the vibe. I was like, yo, you're all about it. So oh yeah, she loved it. It was great, says a little sad word. So yes, definitely lots of fun here. But that was something that made the penalty shootout that meant nothing a little bit more interesting. And kind of ended this game and wrapped up nicely the Summer Cup for us. Obviously not hugely successful, but I don't think we super mind, do we, Luis? Let's be honest.
Look, for being our first like international competition, as I already mentioned, we gave
We
our
didn't lose in
bench,
regulation, right?
yeah, still undefeated, and we saw new faces getting minutes that are gonna definitely help us to, cross the finish line, hopefully with a championship and a gold medal. Oh, man, can they do a replica and put it in the Orlando museum right there that they put by the concession stand?
Maybe.
It would be cool.
I think we're gonna do something.
Yeah.
Something for sure. But
It's
I'm excited
amazing.
to get back to the end of SL. Obviously it's gonna be a little while before we do that. Until then, though, we're still enjoying the Olympics, and something that we'd love to talk about this afternoon, the semifinals. Another win for USA. Emma Hayes, Emily Sams on the bench again. Sadly, I don't think she's ever gonna make it onto the field. It's not like a bad way. I just think Emma doesn't want to throw her on in such a big game, in any of these games, really. I think she was there if needed. And looking at the amount of injuries we had, it looked like maybe she was going to be needed. But fingers crossed, we're managed to go into the final with everybody fit and see what this team can do against Brazil. But first, let's talk a little bit about the semifinal. Did you catch this one, Luis? And
Yeah.
see much of what was happening? Very similar in a lot of ways to the Japan game for USA. I think we know that they're just very hard to beat. We're very difficult to beat, and I think that's a wonderful asset to have. And I think this team is getting better under Emma Hayes. They're understanding what they're about, and the front three, the trident, the Swanson, Rodman, and Blanket Smith, the three of them are just so dangerous, playing really, really well together, both individually and for each other. And eventually they seem to be able to get something. You can defend all you want, but there's just so much quality there and able to get this win. So, Luis, your thoughts on USA? And I think we expected them to get this to go far. I didn't know if they were going to make it all the way to the final, but here we are.
Well, I mean, honestly, a late game winner, 6 Olympic gold medal match. It's going to be the 11th World Championship final for the USA. Nair, to me, was huge. Our goalkeeper was tremendous. And, Sophia Smith, just having those call it late heroics, right? Pretty much amazing. It's amazing to see new faces in the national team that being I'll guess not the first time playing together, but it's a big stage to play in the Olympics, and you have Trinity Rodman, Sophia Smith, you have the trident, like you call it, up front, playing amazing. I think the US also led a lot in shots. I think 19 to 15 shots. and dominated possession. But honestly, to me, it was more of the mental and the physical toughness as this German team imposed in the U.S. It was phenomenal. I mean, this German team played with way more resilience and way more huevos, part of my Spanish, than the men's German team in any other international competition I've seen in the last like three years of 4 seasons. Like amazing to hold the Team USA like that. Mallory Swanson also phenomenal. So we'll see. We'll see what happens against Brazil. But there's. I think you put a Facebook message to the group. You said, let that sink in.
Five.
Five Olympians in the
Yeah.
final, right? Five Pride players in the final. It's
Yes,
amazing.
indeed.
And that's something that we should definitely feel a lot, very proud. To me, this final is a win-win situation. If the U.S. wins, great. But in this game specifically, it was a battle right there. It was a fight, and the Germans weren't giving up, and just that ounce of talent that makes a little bit of a difference. That's why she plays in one of the top teams in the world too. Sophia Smith, had that chance, and boom, amazing.
Yeah, I think definitely there's the issue we have is that everybody wants to sit in so deep against us, but it shows. I think there's two thoughts. One is that people are like, oh, we need to be better against scoring against teams that do that, like put in the low block or the two lines of four really deep. And that is one argument to it. But the other argument to it is that look at the teams that are doing that against us and how much that shows how much they fear USA, right? Like Japan didn't even really try to attack. And then Germany, look at how, in the group stage got blown out 4-1 by us. So they're like, okay, how do we go about this differently? And the only answer is to really completely try and defend and not really able to play your game. USA just do that to other teams. So it's definitely interesting what happens with Brazil and whether they're going to have to face that again. I doubt that's the way that Brazil will play. But it's been a struggle because of that to get them to score. But when the game is a bit more open, I think you're going to see even more opportunities for the front three. Rachel here says Germer though.
Yeah, Germa had a
Shout out,
phenomenal game.
for Naomi Germer because she is top class center back and definitely there for the future. And I think Emily Sams is probably really proud to be a part of all of this. I think it's never easy to be someone that really obviously she probably wants to get on the field, but also knows that she is there as a backup and as a reserve, and I think that's okay too. She's probably just enjoying the experience of it all and having to be getting to be involved in all of this, and it all bodes well for the future, right? If she's been there with them in this journey, then it's more likely that she's going to get the call ups in the future to potentially really actually get on the field. But I think I'm going to have to give up my dream of seeing her during this Olympics, Luis.
Yeah. Another thing I do want to say is the coach. She's put in her mark already in the team. She lowered the average age to 27.5 years old. We were going through this topsy-turvy into having all these older players that they give a lot of accolades to the national team, but they were definitely past their prime. And it's kind of like the US was forced to hit the reset button, but still have, because they have, and this is the importance of the league here, the toughest league in women's sports, NWSL. These players are ready. I mean, we're just ready to compete in the highest level. Like another team that goes unnoticed is Colombia too. They displayed quite a lot of resilience and composure, and how being a tiny team in South America, how they're competing, tremendous. And it's gonna be an amazing final. It's gonna be. I feel like Natalie and Bruglia torn.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
torn.
I posted that one today, man. So torn, between
Hmm.
Emily and USA, and obviously wanting them to win, but also we got 4
Yeah, I kind
pride
of want
players
Marta,
for
man.
Brazil. I mean, I know, I think, but you're
You
also,
know,
don't forget, you're American, Luis. You're
Marta, you're
Peruvian
my melody
American,
queen. I know, man.
so you can't lose, but it means a lot to Marta. So yeah,
Yeah.
Natalie and Brulia, man, so torn. Alrighty, let's talk about Brazil for Spain 2, led by none other than Angelina and captain, stepping up in
Adriana.
yep, in the space of Marta. So that's what Rachel was talking about. We got 2 captains, right? Went from Marta being captain, obviously can't be in. There was some discussion around the 2 red cards I saw earlier in the week. It was always going to be 2 red cards. I always thought that was the case. Sorry, 2 red cards, 2 games for the red card. So she was not going to be in this game. Without her, though, Angelina getting the captain's armband, and Adriana getting off the bench and scoring a goal in this one. Brazil they played so well, didn't they, Luis? It was great to see because Spain, obviously number 1 in the world. This was a huge win.
No, look. It's a win that it's gonna level. It's leveling the playing field in the sport. When it comes to now, Europe is not gonna look down to the Americas. You got Colombia making a statement on them. Now you got Brazil. Colombia, their league only plays 4 months. It's done in 4 months. The whole women's league, it's done in 4 months. It's like the Summer Cup, a little longer than a Summer Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And then same with Brazil. Brazil, I think they play half a year, and then it's done. And again, it's their preparation that this team has had for this tournament. And I felt like the way Spain came out to the field, they felt like they already won. So they were overconfident, and it really messed them up.
I think Spain, they suffered a little bit from that at times of being, oh, we're so good at retaining the ball, but then when they're sloppy with it at the back or make silly mistakes, and Brazil punished that.
Do you
And
do you do you
it
remember?
was a good game plan. They took their opportunities when they came.
You remember? I'm sure the Spain World Champions in 2010. Right,
Oh
the
yeah,
magnificent team with David Villa,
all too well.
Iniesta. Right,
Yeah,
right. In 2014, what happened? They were gone in group stage. Like they lost, I think, every single game except the last one. It was
yeah.
crazy. And I feel like that's what happened with this squad. I felt like they came out saying, okay, we're already in the final. On the last game, they said we're already in the final, and Yaya Tarsian, she did a phenomenal game today defensively, and we have to feel really proud for Angelina and for Adriana. I mean,
Angelina was playing some great balls in this game, man. I mean, I think she really, not only was she captain, but she takes over a lot of that creativity in the midfield, without Marta there. Adriana, as you can see, came down here on the 56th minute, uh,
changed the
got
game.
got a goal off she hit the bar, and then the ball came back and it like bounced, so that she got a second bite of the cherry and gets the goal. That made it 3-1. The 4th goal as well by Caroline was really nice. So really well played. One that impressed as well for me was Gabby Portillo. How do you say that?
Gabi
Portillo.
Portillo.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
impressive.
Corinthians.
So
Phenomenal.
maybe we want to add some more.
I
Add
know,
some more
right?
Brazil. Some more Brazil, Luis. Do we want to go for 6? Do we
Yeah.
want 6 players for the Brazilian national team?
You
I think we could do
imagine?
another. Why not? Let's just keep adding them.
Gabi.
Orlando de Janeiro. It's
We
never
got it.
ending.
Look, if you think about it, to me, the 2 biggest idols of both clubs, are Marta and Kaká.
I think so, probably.
So they need to have, like, if Marta makes this happen, I'm just gonna say this right now. If Marta wins the gold and then delivers an NWSL championship, she has to have a statue.
Yeah.
I
think she's gonna go up on the Legends Terrace as soon as she retires. I think they'll be arranging that. Luis, any more thoughts on this one? I did have a thought on the final. You remember I talked about before that Emma Hayes, in her Chelsea press
Yep.
conference, the last one, said, "I got to go figure out how to beat Spain," referring to most likely that she thought they were going to be facing Spain in
Yeah.
this final. So even Emma Hayes did not see Brazil knocking off the big dogs here. And as a Pride fan, I don't think it's win-win. We can't lose. We got some opinions here in the comments on our Natalie Imbruglia situation. Rachel says Brazil taking Spain down makes me happy when people say NWSL doesn't stack up against Euro leagues.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that rumor of Banda going to Barcelona is poo caca. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
That's just Barca BS and Banda BS.
They don't even have. Look, I'm a Barca fan.
She's that level now. That's what I'm saying, Luis. It's gonna happen because people will just. It's like, oh, how many rumors are like, oh, Messi's gonna leave Inter Miami? It's like, well, there's just rumors because it's Messi. There's just rumors because it's Banda.
Yep.
That's how big she is. All Sad Word says there is not an ounce of patriotism in my body. Go Brazil.
There you
go. Should I take this hat off? I wore my USA hat. I feel like I'm the traitor. I'm wearing my USA shirt. We're in the final too, right, guys? Just checking. I'm all pro Marta, but this is our country. End of the day. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want Marta to have the gold. Everyone just forgot they're American, Louise. Rachel, they could have announced 2-game suspension before they went through and looked less shady. The Olympic Committee was fine with a 1-game suspension, and FIFA said no. Yeah, I think just with a rough challenge or like a deemed, dangerous, they always do the 2 games, and so I think it's really difficult for them to be like, oh yeah, we'll take it back because we want to see Marta. It's like, what would have Spain said if that had happened, right?
Now, who do you take out?
Ooh,
you see? Now, if you're the coach, do you want to really put Marta in? And look, Yaya had a phenomenal game. I would not take neither Yaya, neither Angelina. I think Jennifer may.
Yeah, I think. Well, that's where Marta would put, but keep Angelina. I think Angelina and Marta
phenomenal.
and I think really like that was the first 3 games for
Pride players. Yeah. Starting, you imagine? Because I think Adriana's going to start in the next.
Well, Hafa, sadly, that's the only real bummer of this Olympics. Is Hafa looks like she's got a potential, long-term injury based on her in crutches, is what we've seen. I believe she was in crutches. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, please. But I think it's so. But I think probably, like you said, Luis, Marta in for Jennifer in there. So we'll see. Rachel says yes. I'm assuming we're all. That's about Marta over USA. She says it's pride situation underestimated, and then they were wrecked when they favored team. Their defense held it down, though. It's like Hafa sent vibes to the pitch. Yes, they did. Yeah. Parciane, like you said, Louise, is really impressed. young NWSL center back there. Yeah, I'm not thrilled to see Hafa hurt again. Says
Yeah, I
also.
agree.
Hafa is just such quality, but she has struggled with injuries the last few years. She's been on and off. Hasn't really been able to be consistent in our back line. But when she's there, man, I mean, she's world class. She should be in this final. It's a shame. It's a real shame.
Well, I mean, she was part of the team,
Yeah,
so
no, it's just I feel for her, right? Because I want
yeah, for
her to
sure.
be in this game. But Marta will be back probably in the starting lineup. So is this Marta's last game, Luis? That's the other big question. Alonso posted it. Other people have posted it. I think it just needs to have an asterisk by every time someone's like Marta's last game, asterisk. Like see
It,
fine print.
I don't think it.
Marta reserves the
I
right
think
to play more in the future.
I think it's the last game as wearing la canariña, so wearing the Brazil colors.
Yeah. I mean, she
Um,
said it, but if they lose, is she going to feel like, oh, I could maybe get to the World Cup?
maybe, but maybe it could be, but I just feel, something's telling me that I don't know Brazil may be onto something in this final.
It's going to be interesting. I do want to say that there is a watch party. So everybody
Oh wow.
come out to the watch party. This is very smart by Orlando Pride because when they did the watch parties originally at the early part of the Olympics, remember there was the two games from the group stages. One, there was the Zambia USA game, and the other one was the Brazil. I can't remember, France, I think. They also, in that same time, scheduled one for the final. So there is a watch party for the final, and everybody should come down to that on Sunday. We're all going to go. It will be fun, and hopefully we'll be happy either way, right, Luis? We can leave smiling either way, hopefully.
Yeah. Definitely, it's gonna be a win-win for the Pride. I mean, having it tells you a lot of the growth of the organization and the great things they're doing. Is now being showcased world stage, and I'm just so proud. Hopefully, Marta gets her moment. Closes closes that chapter on a really high note, being to me a cavalier, like somebody that has taken the game into a different level, opening many doors for many young women that want to play the sport. Such an example. And not only that, a phenomenal person, always there with a smile, super humble. The few times I remember there was one media day that I had to. There weren't a lot of people in the media day, and it was Marta. It was when Courtney Peterson used to be part of the team. I think it was 2022 or 2021, and she was super nice and super hey how are you, wants to shake your hand, professional to the core, and I'm just so happy to see her being such a big soccer personality, for being so down to earth and so humble. It's pretty awesome. So hopefully we'll see her thrive here. But look, they have a party right there, right?
Yeah,
Watch
did I
party
say
Saturday,
Sunday?
not Sunday.
I meant Saturday. I don't know why I said Sunday. Rachel says their defense held it down though. No, we read that one. She said it also forced them to play fresh legs, so they had rotation through the whole
Yeah.
field. Plus alternatives. Yes, definitely. Also, where it says it looked. I looked up where it is, and the parking situation is tolerable. Is this how you assess whether you're gonna go somewhere? I like that. You got to scout ahead. I've been there. All sad words. Yes, it's very easy to get to. Right off I-4. There's plenty of parking.
Where's it at?
It's on like Restaurant Row. It's like opposite where the Whole Food is. On Sand Lake.
Oh,
Yeah, like right there.
Oh, so it's on Dr. Phillips Boulevard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's like right there.
okay, cool.
Yeah. It's like Turkey Lake and Sand Lake.
Turkey Lake and Sand Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And even for me, someone who doesn't go down to La La Land, Louise, I will go down. I will venture into tourist area just to
When is
go
this?
watch Beloved Pride. This is Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So everybody come on down.
Can you drink
Rachel's.
at 10 a.m.?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely beers, Bloody Marys for sure. What do you mean? What kind of question is
No,
that?
I'm just saying.
Are you
People don't
judging
judge
me?
you. It's like, hey, man, it's a little
Oh
early
no.
to be drinking, man.
What else are we doing? Well, I mean, the watch party starts at 10. Rachel, stop correcting me all the time. I see you. The game is at 11, but the watch party is at 10. Let's see. Rachel also says the watch party is on. Yes, you corrected me there. Yes, if the parking situation is bad, do not go to a place unless I can make the transit. I mean, I do feel you. You've never been to Camping World, is my guess then, because
Yeah,
park
I
situation
do.
is really bad.
I do the UCF style away from the people. Like, are you are you done? Are you done? Good. All right, cool.
And then you take it.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you everybody who is here today. We appreciate all your comments. Please come on out to the watch party on Friday. Sorry, Friday, Saturday. We'll all be there.
You want to go
Dude,
party the
um,
weekend?
I'm losing. I was suddenly thinking about the men's game. It's on Friday night. It's all this summer cup. I like my
Well,
regular week schedule.
maybe
Luis.
I'll go and after breakfast, you know.
Get out, get in your car, get out from
Can
Tampa.
you
Come
have
see us at
breakfast
the
right
watch
there
party.
at the American Social?
Yeah, it's brunch, man. We're going for brunch in
Okay,
USA
okay, a
versus
little
Brazil.
brunch. All
We're
right.
gonna have caprinas and waffles.
No way.
No, I just made that
Then,
up.
then
I was trying to think of a mix of Brazilian food and American food. We're gonna go to Fogo de Chao either way.
yeah, $200 Uber after that.
Yeah, for sure. I want to say you guys can follow us on social media. Please follow, subscribe. We are on YouTube. We are on X. We are on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you like to see us. You can find us there. We would love to get you guys to give us a review, 5 stars on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, if you listen there. Or if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that Luis puts out.
Yeah.
We've got lots of good content, things happening every day on social, videos, etc. So follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Luis,
We're
final thoughts before we get out of here, man.
Yeah, we're gonna be releasing. We're gonna be doing some shorts too. I got this new app. I'm gonna try it out. I started trying it out for my other podcast. It's been working pretty good. So I'm gonna see if I'm gonna start doing some of that. It's not gonna be my voice, guys. It's gonna be a computer, but it sounds pretty close to me, you know. Or I can do a British accent one for John.
Are you doing AI, Luis? Are you making
I'm
yourself
gonna be doing some crazy AI stuff. Yeah. So we're gonna see how people accept it, you know. So far it's been doing good on my other pods TikTok, so we'll try it out for LPO soon. So
cool?
other than that, no, just thank you for your support. About 60 people watching us. If you're on Twitter, retweet the video. If you are on YouTube, drop us a thumbs up and comment, and then we'll read it on the next episode. And I'm just excited that Summer Cup's over, and now the gang's probably gonna get back together, gear up for the NWSL, and hopefully get the silverware, John.
Yes, indeed. Well, exciting Saturday morning coming up for the final of the Olympics. We'll be back next week. I don't know what we're gonna talk about next week, Luis. We're gonna have to
We're
figure
gonna try
that
to
one
see if
out.
we're gonna try to see if we can get a guest, right?
Oh yeah, we're plotting some things for next
Yeah,
week, and then the week after we'll be here ready to talk about the beginning of NWSL starting up again. So our first game away against Houston. So not too long, just a few weeks off, a little bit of reset time. But thank you everybody who is here today. Come join us at the watch party, and as always, vamos Pride.
Vamos, Pride. Take care, guys.